Hey there, it's Dave Altavilla for Hot Hardware, and this is Dell's Venue 8 3840 8-inch Android tablet. This is Dell's refreshed Venue 8 with a faster processor, lighter design, and an improved camera over the previous generation. Sitting in its optional Venue Cradle dock here, the tablet itself retails starting at a very competitive price of currently just $179.99. The Venue 8 3840 is also nice and thin at just 8.95 millimeters thick and weighing just 0.74 pounds, which is ever so slightly heavier and thicker than Google's Nexus 7, for example. However, what's perhaps the most interesting thing about the Dell Venue 8 3840 is that, yes, it's running Google's Android 4.4 KitKat OS, but it's also powered by an Intel dual-core Atom Z3480 processor that clocks up to 2.1 gigahertz with integrated graphics, which is actually PowerVR's G6400 series graphics core. Also on board is 1 gigabyte of DDR3 RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage and a 1920 by 1200 full HD IPS capacitive multi-touch display, as well as 802.11ac compatible Wi-Fi, Miracast support, and Bluetooth 4. That's a healthy assortment of the latest features and connectivity. So how does Dell's Intel-powered Venue 8 3840 Android slate stack up in its weight class? Let's have a look. The backside of the Dell Venue 8 3840 sports a 5-megapixel camera and a textured sort of ribbed plastic casing that resists fingerprints pretty well. It also provides for a firm gripping surface in the hand with a relatively solid feel. It may not be super premium in terms of build quality, but the general design aesthetic definitely doesn't feel cheap either. It's a well-built tablet. On the top edge is where you'll find the headset jack and power button. On the right edge is where all the action is, and here you'll find a micro USB sync and charge port, a battery charging status LED, the volume rocker, a microphone port, and a concealed micro SD card and micro SIM card slot area. On the front face, you'll find the 2-megapixel camera, and though some of you with smaller hands might tend to disagree, turning the display on and off with the power button from the top right edge of the device does work relatively well, and it's pretty comfortable. Finally, on bottom you'll find a single speaker port that offers reasonably loud sound within certain expectations for a tablet, of course. The optional Dell Venue 8 Cradle offers a nice place to store your tablet, but it's also powered, and without any physical connectors at all, when you place the tablet on the cradle, it charges the device wirelessly. The technology employed here is inductive charging, and it's only available with the Dell Venue 8 3840 line of tablets. It's a really nice touch, and an impressive feature to be on board such a reasonably priced slate. Of course, the cradle itself is optional and sells for $69.99. Another optional accessory offers a welcome expansion to the Venue 8 3840's audio capability, and that's Dell's wireless Bluetooth speaker AD2011. This also chirps at you as well when connected and offers 10 hours of untethered audio streaming and an integrated microphone for hands-free conferencing. Though the Venue 8 3840 is an Intel-powered device, Dell set it up with a very standard issue Android KitKat configuration, devoid of bloatware, thankfully. Dell does install Pocket Cloud and Dropbox apps for external cloud storage and collaboration, but that's really about it. There's a quick access toolbar for things like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location services, and screen adjustments, but other than that, Dell also skins things very lightly here, which quite frankly we like just fine. And incidentally, on the bottom of the display is your traditional flat black row of standard Android controls for home, back, and menu buttons. The 8-inch display of the Venue 8 3840 has a native resolution of 1920 by 1200, which, as you can see here versus the Google Nexus 7 on the left, offers a larger overall image that's a little bit roomier. It's not quite as tight, but it has the same relative screen real estate. Viewing angle capability of the Venue 8 3840 is actually pretty competitive to the Nexus 7 as well, though the Nexus 7 is just a tad brighter overall. Performance-wise, this Intel-powered Android-driven Dell tablet holds its own versus the competition quite well, actually. And in many workloads, it outpaces devices like Google's Nexus 7 and even Samsung's more premium Galaxy Tab S line, again, depending on workload. With respect to graphics and gaming especially, the Venue 8 3840 is surprisingly strong, as you can see here in our 3D Mark Ice Storm results. What we've noted here, however, is that the physics scores show Dell's new Intel dual-core powered tablet trailing a bit, which is specifically a CPU-bound test. However, in the graphics performance module, Intel's Merrifield-based Atom Z3480 processor with its PowerVR 6400 graphics engine leaves the Nexus 7 with Qualcomm's Snapdragon S4 in the rear view. This is a turning of the tables for sure for Intel versus its ARM-based competition. Not to mention, starting at $179 MSRP, we think the Dell Venue 8 3840 is an easy hot hardware editor's choice for its overall value for the dollar. Make sure you stop by HotHardware.com for our full detailed review of the Dell Venue 8 3840 with all the benchmark details and analysis. And be sure to subscribe here for our in-depth reviews, our 2.5 Geeks webcast, and tech industry event coverage. It's Dave Altavilla for HotHardware.com with the Dell Venue 8 3840 8-inch Android Intel-powered tablet. Thanks for stopping by.